Long time no see. A lot has, oh you can't even see it, has happened. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I've noticed we've had an influx of subscribers, which is amazing. So hi new people. This is going to be a bit of a catch up, but also the mid-year book freakout tag, because I've seen everyone do it on YouTube, and since I haven't been on here for months, I have some new books to talk about. I met a certain someone, so I want to talk about that at the end of the video because, oh my god, I haven't talked about it at length online and I want to, so yeah, stick around for that. Anyway, if you don't follow me on my socials, go follow me there because I am way more present. I just discovered that I'm probably going to be just slow on YouTube, and that's how it is. Let's get into this tag. What is the best book you have read so far in 2022? This was sort of hard because I have two choices for this, but I've moved my second answer down to the second question. The Book of Orlando by Laura Lascaro. This is an indie book and it's an MM romance. So in this book we follow Orlando from childhood to young adulthood, and it's about his relationship with this dark, godly being who has watched over him since he was a child. I don't want to tell you what he is exactly because it's best for you to discover it for yourself, but this was such a unique take on the paranormal genre for me. I've not read a book like this before. It's very thoroughly researched in angels and demon lore, so yeah, I really recommend checking it out. It's so beautifully written. It's written in the second person, and that made it feel so intimate. And I think that just played well with the story because it's very angsty. It's kind of like a forbidden romance. So yeah, I highly recommend it. What is the best sequel you have read so far in 2022? This is the only series I've read so far in 2022. So Kushiel's Chosen is the best sequel because I literally just finished it. So this is a very dense fantasy series to get into. I would say it's Game of Thrones, but with BDSM houses. It's not easy to explain because this is the second book. I really can't tell you much about the characters. Anyway, but the characters. What is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to? For this one, I've chosen The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. It's a dark fantasy with all these different royal families who are fighting for the throne, I think. They all each worship different dark gods. So I just find that interesting. That's really all I know about it. What is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? So I've talked about this in my other video, my MM anticipated releases video. What was your biggest disappointing book so far? Okay, I listened to this on audiobook and it is called Origin by AJ Sherwood and Jocelyn Drake. I had a different expectation going into this. It had a dragon shifter in it, I think. I read this at like the very beginning of the year and DNF'd it, but it just wasn't the vibes that I was looking for. It was very modern when I didn't think it would be modern. What was your biggest surprising book so far? This. After my bad streak with TikTok books, I swore to myself, there is no way I am reading this. Then I read it at the right time, and I was honestly really surprised because I enjoyed it. Even though I don't like the things in this book, I really enjoyed it. I think it's just because this is a very silly book and you're not meant to take it seriously, and it was just fun. Like, some of the lines from this book are so funny, so I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to read the second book because it's on my shelf. I'm just in a very fluffy, silly mood for books. If you don't know like what this is about, it's literally just about a bunch of girls who crash ship on an alien planet. They get mates. Blue alien mates. The most basic of basic premises, but it works. Who is your new fictional crush? Jocelyn Veroy from the Kushiel's Dart series. That man has gone through a massive character arc. He's the protector. He's a Kathleen brother, and he has to protect Phaedra no matter what. That is exactly what I wanted from Blood and Ash, but Blood and Ash was not for me. This sort of filled that void, but he's so He's not even trying to be funny, but he ends up being funny because he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. He's the Nick Andros of this series. Another fictional crush, because I need to talk about all the books that I haven't talked about. Josh Darling from The Roommate. This is a roommate romance, if you can't tell. The girl rooms with a porn star. But I really liked it. It was casual, cute, and funny. Who is your newest favourite character? The villain, because she is the villain. Melisande Sharazai. Oh my god, this woman plays the Game of Thrones like no other. I didn't realise that I needed my femme fatale villain void to be filled, and she has done that. I can't say anything about this character. I want to know more. I want to know her motive, because she is a mystery, and it's complicated, okay? It's complicated between her and Phaedra. Like, my toxic trait is really showing here, but sometimes she's at the back of my mind, and I'm like, but what if she was with Phaedra? What if she's actually not that bad? Anyway, that's a whole can of worms I won't open here, but basically she's very intriguing. What book made you cry? I'm gonna say it again. Crucial's Chosen. Jocelyn and Phaedra reuniting. What is one book that made you happy? So I'm just about to finish this. That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. This is a really fluffy, fun fantasy romance. The setup of the world reminds me of like an MMORPG game. It follows Cinnamon, who is a cinnamon farmer. Would you have it? There's sort of a tradition in her village where a bunch of heroes get chosen to fight off the monsters from Volsog Gate, which is a gate that opens every 15 years. On her way home, a demon crashes in her midst, and her life is not the same after that. It plays a lot on fantasy tropes, and it was just cute and fun, and I'm really enjoying it. Also has a bit of spice, so it's there if you want it. Also, another book, The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Although it's technically not from him, but it's based on a really old manuscript from another guy who I cannot remember. But I said I was in a fluffy fantasy mood, and this is just pure satirical fun. I'm just gonna read the back to you because like it's delivering on what it says. Start with a fairy tale like no other of fencing, fighting, torture, poison, true love, hate, revenge, giants, hunters, bad men, good men, beautifulest ladies, snakes, spiders, beasts, chases, escapes, lies, truths, passions, and miracles. What is the most beautiful book you have bought or received so far this year? The Hollow Gods Duology by A.J. Vrana. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've read this book. I haven't read the second book yet. This was a very atmospheric book, and it's very like small town, dark, gothic vibes. So basically there is this legend in the small town of Black Hollow of this godly figure who steals girls away, and she is helped by the wolves in the woods. It's also a bit of a mystery, so you follow three characters. We have Kai, Mia, and Mason. Kai keeps waking up next to dead girls, and he's like, I don't know what the hell's happening with my life. Mia keeps having these visions and dreams, and she feels like something bad is going to happen. Mason is a doctor who wants to escape the death of his patient, so he comes to this small town and he kind of gets really hooked into this local mystery that is going on. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Well, for certain, I know I'm reading Kushiel's Avatar because that's the third book. The Princess Bride, as I said before, I'm already started reading it. Once Upon a Broken Heart. I believe the second book comes out in September. And again, fluffy fantasy vibes, come on. Silver in the Wood is a really short fantasy. It's a retelling of a fairy tale, but it's gay. That's the twist. The Game of Kings by Dorothy Dunnett. This is my book club pick. I started a book club called The Adequate Readers. Please come join if you're into Picard's books or you want to find books with similar vibes. That is the whole reason why I started it, because I'm sick of reading alone, and I learnt that the hard way through reading Kushiel's Dark. And now I will go on to my little story time with meeting C.S. Picard. If you can hear a weird sound, that's my dog snoring, just warning you. So way back in May, the Brisbane Writers' Festival was on and Picard was there. when it was my turn, Picard looked at me and she was like, I've seen you before. I literally died on the inside. She recognized me. What the hell? Oh, it made my day. I asked her about how Dark Rise 2 was going, and she said she had just sent off the first draft to be read by her like critique partners, which are a bunch of other authors. She told me like about the process after that. I can't remember everything because it was months ago, but like she said that it will definitely be out in 2023. She does not know when, but it will definitely be out in 2023. She also looked through my tabs. She was so delighted when she saw them. She was like, can I look at your tabs? And I was like, oh, I don't know what I've marked, but okay. And then she looked at the tabs in Dark Rise and she was like, I'm sensing a pattern here. You're tabbing all of like Laurent and James's iconic moments. And I was like, duh, I would do that. I'm gonna go lie down now because I've just spent all my energy just reiterating that story and I'm feeling all the feels again. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Please tell me what books you've read and enjoyed so far this year.